An historic school building in Glendale has been recognized as a symbol of the village's African American history, as it was once a school only for Black children. But 100 years later, it sits in the middle of what could be one of the most contentious real estate battles Hamilton County has ever seen. Monique John explains.
For years, 63-year-old Bill Parrish has dedicated his life to preserving the legacy of the Eckstein School. The school building that sits on Washington Avenue once served as a classroom for Black children before local schools were desegregated in 1958. Parrish was determined to buy the building after finding it vacant when he resettled in the village around 2014.
For me, it was really about creating a greater community and an African American building that really embodies the contributions of my parents and my grandparents and others.
For the next 4 years, Parrish underwent an extensive process to acquire the property from the village of Glendale. He started a 501c3 in honor of the school, wrote a vision to create a cultural arts organization, and sought out financial support from members of his community for the reopening. Parrish says the village committed to giving him the building.
But something happened, I don't know, within the historic preservation or somebody in the village said something, and then that's when they came with the bid.
The village pivoted and went on to put the building up for sale in public bids twice. Parrish lost in both rounds and was ultimately beat out by this guy.
I'm not really a member of this community, so I don't have the connection that the local folks do.
Dellinger, an architect from over the Rhine, bought out the building's contract from the village after it was forfeited by his colleagues at a realty company that originally had the winning bid.
You have a different group of people who are not African American who come to the table, and they don't have to have anything invested in this, but just given the building to do what with, nobody knows.
However, the village of Glendale says Parrish lost out fair and square. Administrator Walter Cordes says in an email statement that despite the village's efforts to negotiate with Parrish, he didn't have a workable plan or evidence that he could finance the building. In an email statement, Cordes wrote, "After years of working with Mr. Parrish, he was still unable to provide confirmation of his funding sources, and the village was advised by our solicitor that the property should be publicly sold at auction and that Mr. Parrish could then bid on it as a cash purchase." A historic building in an epic real estate bid. Glendale, Monique John, WCPO 9 News.